Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, they're very serious in Saudi Arabia, as the execution, a mass execution of 47 today, shocks the world, as these 47 Shia were all executed, Shiites, there in the predominant Sunni nation kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, in last year, in 2014, Saudi Arabia did execute 90 people. And in 2015, in the year we just had, they executed 157 people. They've started this year off with a mass execution of 47. So yes, this is shocking the world, but it should not, folks. You need to know, in comparison to the rest of the world, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what China is doing. In 2014, China executed 2,400 people. Let me say that again. China executed their government, their communist government. You think it's all peaches and cream over there, folks. I don't think you understand communism. And that's why when you see us standing up against communism and totalitarianism and any kind of tyranny and dictatorship that might try to reign in this country, it's because we know what goes on in communist nations like China and what we've seen under the Castro brothers in Cuba and what the Kim Jong-un and what they've done for 3 generations in North Korea. China executed 2,400 people put to death by the state. Iran was second with 289. Saudi Arabia, another Sharia law country, 90. This is 2014 totals. Fourth was Iraq, 61 executions. Fifth was the United States of America with 35 executions. And then the Sudan with 23, Yemen with 22, Egypt with 15, Somalia 14, Jordan 11, and Guinea 9. So when you're talking 2,400 in China, you got to understand China, Iran, and Saudi Arabia. That's communist, Shiite Muslims, and Sunni Muslims coming in 2 and 3, and Iraq coming in 4. The United States coming in 5th. So when you take a look at the big picture, you can see that oppression is certainly being applied by the state is a drastic thing. So when you see 47 people executed in one day, just simply by the decree of a king, King Salman, you can understand. Now, let me tell you what's going on, though. Australian TV is reporting that there is hundreds of people now in the streets in Saudi Arabia protesting against the king. And there's rioting now going on in Iran. They have torched the Iranian embassy, the Saudi Arabian embassy. They have torched the consulate. There's thousands of Iranians pouring into the streets. It looks like the revolution of 1979. They're not angry at the Iranian government and the Ayatollah Ali Khomeini. They're angry at the Saudi Arabians, and they're demanding blood. And so this thing is getting very, very precarious. It's Middle East madness. And I want you to know something. The king of Persia, the Persian government, when it begins to rise, the Persian kingdom, it is a ferocious thing. Iran has a very powerful army. Iran is not a pushover. Saudi Arabia has a very powerful air force. Very powerful. Not a pushover. But you don't want these two nations, Iran and Saudi Arabia, going after each other with Syria in the middle, which would be certainly the battlefield. And look how many armies are already in Syria. 14 different armies. The Americans, the French, the British, the Germans. Where do you want to stop? Russia, Iran, President Assad's army, Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra, ISIS, Turkey, the Kurds, Hezbollah. I mean, where do you want to stop? I don't know where you stop. I mean, and so the last thing you need is this kind of a conflict, but we might be where we're going. This is a very, very, very dangerous situation right now. Wow. Are you serious? Don't know where this goes from here, but I can feel it isn't going to subside easily. And while this is going on with Iran and Saudi Arabia, I've got word on the street is Iran is about ready to execute 27 Sunnis in retaliation to Saudi Arabia executing 47 Shias. Because the one was the leader of the Shiites in Saudi Arabia. Now, while this is all going on, you have Turkey and Russia. Russia is holding 8 Turkish ships, and Turkey is holding, I believe it's 27 Russian ships, detaining them, holding them, inspecting them, putting them through the ringer, holding them in the seas. So, wow, this is just not a good thing, guys. And then Israel has, they're getting rockets fired at them. Yesterday, 5 rockets fired at them out of Gaza, and they flew in there and bombed some things. And now we're hearing sirens are blaring right now up in northern Israel, just as I'm speaking to you 9 minutes ago. I don't know if that means rockets are flying out of Hezbollah. I don't know. It's Middle East madness. Give your life to Jesus Christ, folks, because we're truly living in the last days. Are you saved? Because Christ is coming soon.